Remember this portion of the story of God as it is written in the book we love, Psalm 139, verses 1 through 6 and 13 through 18 from the Inclusive Bible Translation. Yahweh, you have searched me and you know me. You know if I am standing or sitting. You read my thoughts from far away. Whether I walk or lie down, you are watching. You are intimate with all my ways. A word is not even on my tongue, Yahweh, before you know what it is. You hem me in before and behind, shielding me with your hand. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, a height my mind cannot reach. You created my inmost being and stitched me together in my mother's womb. For all these mysteries I thank you, for the wonder of myself, for the wonder of your words. My soul knows it well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in that secret place, knitted together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my body even there. All my ways were written in your book, all of them planned before even the first of them came to be. How precious your thoughts are of me, O God. How impossible to number them. I could no more count them than I could count the sand. But suppose I could, you would still be with me. This is the word of God for the people of God.
Thanks be to God.
Good morning. Before I begin, look at my bow. I just think it's really cute. My name is Theresa, and I am the Director of Student Ministries. And really today, I want to talk about intimacy, connection, love, and our bodies. But let me start by saying this psalm is one of my favorite psalms. It is truly beautiful and describing knowing and loving yourself as the Creator has loved you. But it is constantly misinterpreted. And before I get on that soapbox, I want you to join me in this discussion of how beautiful human beings are. I fell in love with a human being, Peter, my fiance, and one of my favorite things to do, that's him, is watch him play with small humans. I love to watch him see a baby do almost anything and in awe of how capable they are. He will scream with excitement because that baby, his name's Emmett, can point to his nose or can chew a piece of bread. This picture is actually of a screenshot from a 30-second long video of Emmett eating yogurt because Peter thought it was so cool that Emmett could hold the yogurt packet and Peter could hold Emmett. And he always looks that awkward with him. It's so cute, and I love it so much. And you can take the picture away now. We joke around with Peter and say that Emmett is his 1-year-old best friend. They have this language that no one else kind of understands while we all just watch. He'll be holding him and he'll make this sound. It's kind of like a scream, but also like confusion. And I'll come running up because, again, he doesn't have experience with small children. And I'll be like, oh, do you need any help? And then Emmett will respond with the sound and laugh, and he goes, no, I don't need any help. And it kind of sounds like this. Peter will go, yeah! Then Emmett will go, bleh! And it's hilarious. It's beautiful, but not as beautiful to hear. These times of connection, I see the love between them grow, and now Uncle Peter will call me when I'm with Emmett without him, not say a single word to the love of his life, and go, can I see Emmett? And then talk to Emmett like he can understand everything he's saying, and then again, does not say bye to the love of his life. So while I read this poem, I was thinking of Peter and Emmett, and he did not know I was going to talk about this, and it's really funny because he is also back there with Emmett, hopefully paying attention. But I wondered if our Creator is as excited as we are when someone does such a mundane task. Does our Creator look at us when we touch our nose or feed ourselves and is just in awe? Do they look at human beings and see no mistake, just beautiful creation? When God created humans, the first thing they said was, "We are good." From the beginning, we are good. Let me actually correct myself. He said we were very good. We were enough, and we didn't have to try harder. We didn't have to get straight A's or do the best at our job. We were good. So what does that mean in this psalm? I read it about our creation. Our bodies are woven with persistence and perfection. The Creator made sure of that. Our bodies are a creation of true brilliance, and nothing can change that, regardless of what the church says, what society says, what our beauty standards say, what the doctor says. We are good. We are a part of creation, and when love leads the way, we find our intimate, inescapable connection. But this poem is not preached about how beautiful we are, or how awe-inspiring humans are, and how our organs work, and how sometimes the stomach will move so the kidney has more room. That's so weird. Instead, it's frequently used to talk about a specific body, a specific part of the human body, to police the womb. For people who have experienced life with a womb, we know how this verse has been used to chastise us, to tell us how to dress and how to act. It erases all the goodness that the Creator blessed us with from the beginning, removes knowing and loving us, and instead tries to subdue us with shame. This poem is used to force pregnancy with a complete disregard to body autonomy and no understanding for women or people with wombs who have made that choice. Instead, they manipulate wombs through shame and judgment and change laws to have complete control over a womb, and the institutional church is no stranger to creating and preaching body issues. The church has a history of slut-shaming, purity culture, homophobia, and transphobia, which are all tactics to tell us how to control our bodies. That our bodies must be contained and covered because that's what our bodies need to be done, because our bodies are inherently dirty and wrong. It is no surprise that they are spearheading the charge to police wombs. But God says the exact opposite. Our bodies are beautiful and good because God herself created them. In fact, when the psalmist says God knows us and formed us in this womb, he's describing the connection God has to all of us from the beginning. In the beginning, in the womb, we are good. We are loved and accepted, and it is radically pushing against the industries and systems that seek to control our bodies, to diminish them and erase them, and to control our bodies, to diminish our bodies, to erase our bodies, and subdue our bodies through shame. God does not want to police our bodies. God does not want to police our wombs. God chose to experience the womb and life as a human through the birth of Jesus. God knows a thing or two about the womb and the human connection of our bodies. Our connection to our bodies and to each other can help fight this shame. We can remind one another how good we are, how from the beginning we are truly known and loved by the universe without having to change. Society tells us that our only worth is through productivity, but that's not true. Your body does not have to produce anything to be loved. You are loved wholeheartedly. While writing this sermon and thinking of the beautiful human body, I thought about my own experience with my body. As someone who struggles with self-esteem and self-worth, I think of all the times I hurt my body because I thought I wasn't good enough. How I shamed and hurt myself day in and day out. One day when in therapy, I was talking to my therapist about this and saying some of those inside thoughts that shouldn't be said out loud, and how hard it was just to say a simple comment of, "I love myself." And she said, "Why would you say this? Would you say this to a child? Maybe even your child?" And I was distraught. No, I would never say this to a child. I deserve this, but a child does not. And she said, "What about you as a child?" She asked me to imagine myself talking to a young me. There's a picture. Look at me. I'm so cute. And that's my brother. And I look at that picture, and I look at young Theresa, and I'm so sorry for what I put her through. The things I said and how I acted in our body because of my own pain. Because I am good from 5 years old to 28 years old and for all the years to come. I don't have to do better to be worthy of love because I am already loved. Now, I'm not saying that one therapy session fixed me and everything was great. I still had many sessions after that. And still to this day, I struggle with self-esteem and self-love, but I don't take it out on myself or my body anymore. Instead, I tell my community. I tell them the thoughts I have, and I know that they're not true, but when days are especially loud, when the negative thoughts surround me, my community supports and loves me, stands with me, and I do the same for them. When I was asked to preach this today, and I found out it was this passage, I was so excited. Typically, that is not what happens. But I was like, oh, I love this poem, and I can share my love for humans and our connection to our Creator and the love we share. It's all amplified in this poem. And the fact that the right have co-opted this passage to spew hate and shame makes me unbelievably mad. So being able to discuss this with you this morning, the way that I believe the God of liberation intended this passage to be read, fills me with so much joy. So the next time you see a human being just being human, and you are in awe, remember someone looks at you that way. When you touch your nose, or take a bite, or eat a yogurt juice pack, your Creator is cheering you on because you are good. You are worthy of connection and love. One of the first good days after that conversation with my therapist, when I was just really feeling myself and thinking about how in awe I am, I wrote a poem that I am enough to be loved even when society tells me differently, to remind myself when those days were hard. And so I decided to end this sermon with that poem. I spend a lot of time thinking through things that claim to be truths, how society demands and we must perform to assimilate within the standards. We are just pawns in their game, used to make us feel inadequate. I wonder why it's so hard for me to say, I am beautiful. I am beautiful, not in the beauty society claims I should be, but I know I am strong. I have a change within me. I have a voice of persistence and power, a kindness that fuels me, a mind full of questions that is ready to hear the answers, and that makes this true. Because when I say I am beautiful, I know it's not the way society might think, but I see beauty in everything, and everything includes me. I wonder how hard it is for you to hear me say, when I say I am beautiful, it does not lessen your beauty, because you are beautiful too. You may not believe because society has taken your truth, but you are beautiful. You are strong, and you have a power that is ready to be let free. You are worthy of love and acceptance, because when I say you are beautiful, I know society tells you differently, but I see beauty in everything, and everything includes you. We must not give up knowing what society can't take away. We are beautiful. We are creatures cultivated and created with the power of connection, put on this earth with intention, with no exceptions. Kindness lives in us, and we must share it. We are beautiful in every way, because when I say everything is beautiful, everything includes all of us. Thank you.